It's a small step for a man, but a giant leap for mankind, said Neil Armstrong as he took the first ever human steps on the surface of the moon. The moment was broadcasted in 1969, a live transmission, and while every single living soul on the planet was watching the transmission, some of those didn't seem to believe it happened, and mostly younger people from this generation, not the past. In fact, one in every 10 Americans don't believe the moon landing was real, which is weird because how could you not believe in in the great achievement of the engineer and in the work of over 400,000 people, nearly a decade of studies and contribution from over 20,000 universities and private companies, and in the global effort made to get three humans across 400,000 kilometers from the Earth to the Moon. And the first argument that comes to people's mind about the Apollo 11 mission was the live transmission, which was something new at the time. It was really, really rare. And at the time, just for reference, the Beatles were still recording their last song, and the predecessor of internet was taking its first steps in California. The first ever electronic communication between two computers was happening. So, and before the decade of studies that came with the Apollo mission, people only had a radio and radar communication to try and communicate with the spaceship, but that was only tested and only worked for orbital distances, which means if it was orbiting the Earth and the Moon is much, much further away. So they would need something new, something more powerful, light, and compact. And that's when a decade of study and designing and creating produced the USB signal that you have in your phones right now. It's not the very same, it's being tweaked a little, but the principle is the same. And you could transmit for the first time the voice of the astronaut, the computer data, and the live transmission. So you built an antenna on the spacecraft, which was light, compact, capable, and it was overall perfect for the mission. But if it was not enough to question the transmission, people started questioning what was being transmitted. And that was the pictures and the resolution and the missing stars on those pictures. So about the resolution, uh, this is the picture they took. And as you can see, it's got a pretty high resolution from for the time being. And that is due to the camera videos. You see, if NASA were to take three people to the moon, it's not something that happens every day, and take photos, they would make sure they have the best cameras to take photos, and they would make sure they have the best pictures to upload to the internet. And that's pretty much what they did. They took the Hasselblad 500 EL, which was the best camera available at the time. It was pretty capable of taking high resolution pictures from in the Earth and on the moon. And if the resolution was still not enough, people started questioning the missing stars on the pictures. Because some people believe that if NASA revealed the pictures, the stars in the pictures, they would be able to compare to the Earth's star positions, and they would be able to tell if it was better on the Earth or the Moon. NASA didn't hide the stars. It was simply because the surface of the Moon it's got direct light from the sun. There's no atmosphere to filter the radiation. So they set the cameras to a really high exposure, which was capable of capturing the highlights, so the astronaut suit, the spacecraft, the flag, and they were not focusing too much on the stars as they could see them here from Earth. And people didn't stop there with questioning the Apollo 11 mission. So recently, with studies of radiation, people started questioning if the trip was safe for the astronauts, and they started claiming that the astronauts wouldn't have survived such a trip because they went through the Van Allen belts, which is just basically a belt around the Earth, pretty self-explanatory, and it's got really high radiation levels. So people started wondering whether the astronauts would have survived or not, if it was possible. And It really was, because it went through the Van Allen belts like really quickly in a matter of minutes, because NASA chose the transfer trajectory from the Earth to the Moon in a way that it lessened the radiation levels and was still very fuel efficient. So also the spacecraft was built with very thick aluminum, and as you can see in the first picture, it's kind of covered in some sort of tinfoil, and that is the purpose of it, to reflect the incoming radiation from the sun. And with all that being said, there are still tons and tons and tons of other conspiracy theories and tons and tons and tons of other arguments against them. But I believe we're looking in the wrong direction, because this is past. It happened already. There's not much we can do about it today. It was over 50 years ago. So the best we can do now is focus on our present and our future. Because, for example, we got many exciting news recently. SpaceX has sent 2 astronauts to the ISS, and that is the first time 2 human beings leave the Earth's atmosphere using a private company rocket. Also, it got plans to get humans on the surface of Mars by the first half of this century, and that is pretty close, I'd say. And we still have many problems here on Earth. We have like poverty crisis, and we should be looking for our present and our future instead of fighting over our